If you look right here, I have officially hit day 99, which means I'm about to hit day 100 for real. No lies. I've been no-lifing the game. So I figured I would not only show the progress of my world, which is still being built, as well as I wanted to give some tips and tricks just in general for anything that you may need. This is the very cozy starter base that I had. I just put myself into a hole and decorated it a little bit by placing blocks to see how they looked so that I would know what I wanted to use in the future. And, well, I made a base. I didn't really like the base, so now my old second base is now my teleporting base. But, yeah. So we have this cool little entryway to it, which I did not know what to do with the roof. I tried to make it look like the parts of the building were floating away and chains are trying to keep it there. I don't know. I was trying to get creative. I don't know if it worked or not. You let me know. I have my garden over here. If you want to know how to have a maxed out farmer's workbench, I have made a video on that. Very detailed on how to do so. Also, this is pretty random, the garden that I have, because I was experimenting with like how blocks look. This is my portal to go to the other dimensions. My arcane workbench. And, you know, yes, everything is kind of just thrown everywhere at the moment because I'm in the process of not using this as my base anymore when I thought I was. I'm going to finish some things in here, but I am going to move all my stuff. This is just going to be for teleporters and whatever magical things they add in the future, but it's going to get my main stuff, like crafting and whatnot, is going to get moved over to this. And it's still being built, but I'm really liking the way that it looks. It's very nice so far. I'm going to have a big spiral staircase where I can have different floors. I built my base right next to a spawner. You know, it's a good and bad thing because I have a stupid amount of not only the bone scraps, but the linen scraps, or bone fragments, excuse me. Also, if you did not know, these mushrooms, when you place them down, they will multiply like crazy, and you can turn that into food. I don't really use it anymore, just kind of kept it as like an aesthetic. I may remove it in the future, who knows? But yeah, anyways, back to what I was saying. You may have come across one of these, and they don't quite look like this. I try to keep somewhat the same look to it, but I kind of enhanced it just a little bit. I gave it a little, like, pub area, like as if this was like an actual watch guard or base for humans to like keep a lookout for intruders into a castle per se, and this was their living quarters. So I try to spruce it up a little bit more and give it more of an interesting look with different blocks and whatnot. And I didn't really do a whole lot to the interior. I changed it up a little bit, nothing crazy to look at, but I like this pointed tower look a lot better than the default. The default was just a little bit boring to me, and really far away this looks really nice. I like it. I think it looks so much better. It's kind of like the tower was up here and it got crumbled down. Pretty cool looking to me. But yeah, I am still in the process of building a lot of stuff. I'm going to be putting a lot of cooled magma to try to give the look of this whole place is getting ripped up from the world and is about to be teleported into another dimension or something like that because of all the teleporters are messing up the area, and that's why the roof is going crazy. And yeah, I may move my farm because I feel like it kind of doesn't fit the area, and maybe decorate a little bit differently to fit that theme of fit the theme that this is a whole hub for teleportation. But yeah, I have a stupid amount of emeralds because for some reason right now in the game, when you want to just come and turn in your memories and you fight this guy, he always drops an emerald. So I'm not farming it, it's just every single time I come here to either buy something or to turn in my memories, I kill him, you know, and so I get an emerald. Might as well use it as decoration. But don't really know how people have the last unlock, to be honest. I have explored my world so much, and I still need 7 more to get it. So I don't know if I need to go underwater or what the deal is, because I don't know what I'm missing that other people have. I'm not going to spend too much time on things I've already talked about. One thing being like what's the best way to heal or best food item. I've already talked about that in a video if you would like to go and watch that video as well. But I do recommend that everybody get the healing totem alongside using the food recommendations I say in there. It's basically a free healing item alongside your other healing items. I will tell you that you need to keep an eye out for crossbows. They are far better than your just regular bow. This is the max level bow right now, and this is just a random drop bow you can get. You can load it up and fire multiple. Yes, it hits a little bit weaker, but it's not by much, and you have a higher chance of hitting crits because you're firing so much, so you do more damage. This, it takes a long time to draw, and by the time you shoot like 2, you've already fired like 5, and you're already reloading with the crossbow. So that's like one thing that will really help you. If you're wondering how on earth did I get these blocks, I am in the process of making a video, so it's not out yet. But before I go through the explanation of like what all you can get and whatnot, if you want to kind of figure things out on your own, all you need to do is make the Wind Rider Valley fragment at the Arcanus workbench, and it really doesn't take much, and I explain in the video that I'm gonna make how easy it is to obtain that, because you get an abundance of loot. This is just like stuff that I've gotten from going through there. You get like infinite amount of arrows. You never have to make arrows again. Food is no longer a problem. And then like ores, you get like crazy. I'll explain it in that video. But one thing that took me way too long to learn is if you are in the process of decorating, and let's say you have a table and you want to decorate it, and you're like, you want to place it on there and it won't let you. Well, if you hold crouch, you will then be able to place it. So in your decoration, some things that you're wanting to place may not let you place it unless you crouch. So keep that in mind. A lot of people are kind of overlooking that repair kits will decrease the max durability, so you do have to make a full new set of armor every so often, otherwise your armor is going to break very fast on you. You'll have like no durability on your armor, and you'll wonder why you have to repair it all the time. Just remember that that's the case. You can use the Salvager's Workbench for multiple things, and you may not really realize like cobblestone can be like broken down for rubble. Your tree sap, your sticks, and logs can all be used for fuel. But yeah, some of the things that you're like, wow, well, how do you get certain leathers so much? Don't worry, the tutorial that I'm going to make on going to the Wind Rider Valley, you get a lot of height in there too. So you don't even have to farm for that. Unless they patch that, then I'll make videos on how to get some of that stuff. That's probably why I'm not mentioning it. I just know in the back of my head that that's how good that place is. So that basically concludes my 100 days of Hytale. Let me know what you think. How far along are you guys? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.